This is Chef Kaz coming to you live from the greatest place in the universe. I'm not even going to tell you where it is. You'll just have to find it on your own. But today we're going to be making a pretty awesome, easy dish that I just love it because it's light, it's clean, it's very satiating, a lot of nice different flavors, and anyone can eat it. I don't care if you don't have any teeth. No, I'm just joking. But seriously, this is something that whatever your dietary preference, this is a good fit. It's something that is easy to like put in a lunchbox or portion out, take with you when you're on the go, and pretty tasty as well. So let's jump right in. So today we're going to be making a lentil jasmine brown rice pico de gallo stir fry, and this is the type of dish that you want to have some of your ingredients, some of your components made beforehand. So I've got some brown rice that I've already cooked up, smelling really nice. Jasmine rice, I love how jasmine rice smells. And we're just going to get our pan to a high heat, let the pan get hot. So with our hot pan, just going to give it a nice coat of our non-stick spray, and I am still looking for an alternative to non-stick spray, but for now we're okay with that. And we're going to lower our heat just a little bit now that the pan's hot. We've got our rice. Toss that in there. Try not to toss it all over the kitchen like I just did. And I'm just going to put all that in. And toss it around the pan pretty quickly. What we want to do is we want to get a light toasting on the rice, the same way that you would toast bread, and it would taste better if it was toasted than just if it was, plain bread out of the loaf. I'm going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil here. Start to season the dish with some salt, just lightly seasoned, and again, moving the rice around. I'm going to turn the heat up just a little bit more. Some black pepper, kind of going with our regular repertoire, if you will, spices. A little bit of red chili flakes, get a little heat, nothing too crazy. And then this is a really nice Italian herb blend that I got from our local farmers market at the Downtown 3rd Farmers Market in Las Vegas. Some really nice products coming out of there. And I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoons of that. Starting to get that rice toasted. Break up any chunks that may have formed. And just keep it moving around in the pan. And you'll see that the rice starts to take on some color rather than just being that plain, boring, light brown. So we're starting to get some really nice color on our rice. You can see it's getting nicely toasted. And if you can smell that, if you have the extraordinary ability to smell things through a television or a computer screen, please contact me, Chef Kaz at chefkaz.com. So as our rice is getting toasted, we don't want it to get too much done, obviously not burnt, but we're going to throw some kale in here. I've got some kale already been chopped up and washed. And again, this is one of the things that you can find out about at chefkaz.com, how to have strategic implementation for food for awesomeness, and basically have yourself set up in advance to go for a whole week so you can eat food for awesomeness 7 days a week. It's possible. It can be done. So I got my kale in here. I'm just going to toss that around. I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil in here now that I've got another component, because I want that kale to cook down a little bit. I'm going to stir it a little bit so I can incorporate all the kale into the rice. And remember that the kale is going to cook down, so even though right now it looks like you've got a large amount of kale in there, it's really going to end up not being all that much. Now while I got that going, I'm going to take my lentils, and just like I had my rice pre-prepared, just like I had my kale pre-prepared, I've got these lentils that all I did was slow cook them in some water, a little bit of seasoning, but really not even that much, and they're ready to go. And lentils are a great food because, especially if you're not into eating a whole lot of animal protein, they're a great protein source. In addition to that, they're easily preparable in batches, and you can always take them with you if you're just looking for something on the go. And you saw that the lentils had some remaining moisture in them, and what that's going to do is also help to cook our kale down a little bit more. So I've got one more ingredient is Pico De Gallo, and this is a tomatillo Pico De Gallo. Pico De Gallo is just a mixture of fresh tomato, onion, and actually I'll soak my onion before putting in the Pico De Gallo. Take some of that harsh sulfuric taste out, some cilantro, a little bit of lime juice, and I put like one chili in here, just one jalapeno. I don't want it to be too spicy. And I'm gonna put that in there. And I love pico because you can put it into so many things, and it has such a broad range of applications, and it can be used in a lot of different dishes to create some flavors, some different textures as well. So I'm putting Pico De Gallo in with our lentils, our brown rice, and our kale. Incorporate that all in together. So I got a second pan on heat now. I'm going to get ready to fry an egg in there. In my first pan, I still have my brown rice, lentils, Pico De Gallo, and kale. And I'm going to add to that some green cabbage. Right? And I like cabbage a lot. And I'm not, I don't think cabbage honestly has the best nutrient value. Usually you find high nutrient value in foods with a lot of color. But I really like the texture. I like how cabbage is kind of a crispier vegetable, and that's kind of why I'm adding it towards the end of this process rather than having it in the beginning. I'm also going to add in some carrots that are just lightly simmered in some water, and nothing special with those. So just have another component in there, another color, another texture, another flavor, and some different nutritional properties. Incorporate all that together, and I'm just going to let this sit. I'm going to season it, and add a little bit more of all the seasonings that we already went over. Just a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of black pepper, crushed black pepper, some more of the Italian spice, and I'm not going to add in any more red pepper flakes at this time because we've got that jalapeno and the Pico De Gallo, and we've got the red pepper flakes that I already added. I'm going to add a little bit more oil, just kind of develop some more of the texture, and then I'm just going to let this sit. I'm going to kill the heat on here, let all these flavor components come together, and as my other pan gets hot, I'm going to spray it, hit it with some spray. We've got an egg that I've already rinsed. I'm going to line the bottom of this with some olive oil, crack that egg, drop it in there. So when your egg is nice and fried, you got that doneness that you're looking for. That white is all cooked, but the yellow is still nice and soft. We're going to bowl up our brown rice, lentil, Pico De Gallo stir fry. One more spoonful on there. Finish it. Top it off with this nice egg action. And there you go. Awesomeness in bowl form. You too can be awesome. Contact me, Chef Kaz at chefkaz.com. Like the Facebook page, facebook.com/chefkaz, and just go to the website and generally stroll around and have a great day. chefkaz.com. Thank you, lvinformer.com. Joe Buda, editor-in-chief, rocking it out. It's like we just came from the future and blew a mind portal through your hole of awesomeness.